feeling good this morning?
Perfect. Fantastic.
It's Friday. This is our day to get ahead.
Yes.
So today's meeting is going to be about, we've been talking about our before unit the last couple of days because we're trying to learn how to generate some leads, some sales. But now that we've both got some sales under our belt, let's talk about the during unit. So this is what we're going to do now that we've made the sale. We've entered the during unit, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So it sounds a little corny, but what I think we want to try and do is deliver a dream come true experience for all of our clients. Even though it's something like printing or marketing, doesn't mean that we can't really wow them and impress them while we're doing it for them. So I think a lot of companies don't realize that they need to take a marketing approach while they're in the during unit. So usually we get the sale and then it just becomes a company just getting the job done, right? But instead I think if we do that strategy of preeminence that we talked about, where we're going to help them and guide them and educate them, we can make the during unit a little more interesting for them and for us too. So I think that I heard this cool line that says we want to be a company that is admired and not just a company that's just known for getting the job done. So we want people to be able to go and say, hey, Alpha Graphics is a great company, you should use them, go talk to Dylan, go talk to Marcus because they really helped me out and I think they could help you too. So that's something that we want to keep in mind. And we need to just be completely focused on the client experience from the moment they decide to do business with us until the moment that the transaction's over and they get the product and we get paid the money. So we can break it down into segments or benchmarks throughout the during unit. And so I think a good way to understand this is we'll think about a restaurant and an experience that you're going to have at a restaurant. So this is one I'm thinking about that's maybe a little nicer. You guys have been to a nice dinner before, I'm sure. And so with during unit at a restaurant, it begins as soon as you get to the front doors. So what is the experience that you get when you give the maitre d' your name for your table or your reservation? Are they going to be friendly? Are they going to be knowledgeable? Are they going to be, attentive to what you guys want? Or they just say, go over, sit in the corner, we'll call you when your table's ready? What's the experience like when you're even just sitting there waiting for the table? Is there lots of seating? Is it clean? Is it comfortable? Do they give you some menus to look at? Get you excited about the specials? Do they call out your name or do they give you one of those buzzers? So some places that are a little nicer, they're going to make even just your waiting experience is going to be better than if you're going to somewhere where they just are telling you to go sit there and wait for your table with a bunch of other people that are hungry too. So how about when you sit down at the table? Is there someone there right away? Are they getting you drink orders? Are they saying, do you guys need an appetizer to start out? Or do they just make you sit there and wait till they're done with the other 6 tables they're working on and they eventually get over to you? And then how about what's the service like while you're eating? Do they refill your drinks while you're sitting there? Does your thing stay empty and you're thirsty for half an hour and you don't get your thing filled up?
I hate that.
All that kind of stuff, right? And then even at the end, this is all part of the during unit because you're in the restaurant, you're spending money there, you're getting the whole experience. So do they bring you a dessert menu? Do you have to wait for 30 minutes to get your check? When you want to leave and you're like, come on, where's the waiter? I need to get out of here. So and when you give them their payment, is it efficient? Is it quick? Is it easy for you? Were you happy? So that's all part of the during unit. So we can think about it as kind of an orchestrated, like a play that we're gonna run. So when they come in the door, we know Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, and it's just gonna be smooth, easy, and helpful for them, quick and efficient, kind of like we did yesterday, where we got that sale, put it in the computer. Maybe not the best for us, but we just want to keep it quick and easy for them to make them in and out. For sure. And then we fixed it how we needed it after, so that was just a way to keep them quick, easy, and happy. For sure. But all along the way, throughout all those acts, we have a lot of opportunities to wow, impress, and upsell our clients. So, and if we think back to your competitive shopping experience from earlier, when you guys first got here, did you guys feel like you were having a great experience as soon as you walked in the door at those places, or were you more just like a transaction or someone that was just showing up? What do you think? At all the when you guys shopped, did you feel? How was the experience when you went in?
Wasn't well. No, it wasn't very welcoming.
Nothing wowed you?
Yeah.
Made you feel delighted or happy or excited?
No.
Okay. And then I know you mentioned even when you walked into the bigger shop, that big one, you kind of felt like you might have been interrupting or inconveniencing the guys even for walking in to talk to them, right? And it was more just like you're there just to be a transaction instead of them actually wanting to help you accomplish whatever your fake business that you were trying to run. There was not really much assistance in trying to help you get what you
They
needed.
didn't ask what it was either. Still
Right, they just were trying to get a transaction and get you out the door.
After the initial offer email, that was it.
Oh, I never even thought to ask.
Yeah,
So you guys have never been followed up by anybody?
Nope.
Isn't that interesting? How many times have we followed up people in the last 3 days?
8, 7, and
So there's a big difference right there that we can be proud about, because that's good. If no one else is doing it and we are, that's going to go a long ways, I think. And so that's why I think we keep touching back to that strategy of preeminence that we talked about, because it's our purpose to take the best possible care of the clients and help them get their best interests and their goals finished when they use us to do business with them. And we can just start like something simple like we do with a hello and a smile. How can we help you? And from there, we're gonna, we can activate that sale. It doesn't have to be at the front counter. We can still be pleasant on the phone. We can help people through the email. When you went yesterday and did that sales call in person, we can practice giving them a great experience in all types of communication that we go through. And I think we just want to be quick and as detail oriented as possible. And just anytime you think that you can give a pointer, a helpful piece of guidance while they're trying to tell you what they want, we should slip that in.
for sure.
Instead of them just not really knowing, we can help kind of guide them along and give them a really professional response. So, another thing to think about is just think about it from the client side. So you guys already did that. You walked in, you were pretending to be a client, and think about your experience and then how you would have wanted to be treated, and that's how we're going to try and do the same in the during unit when they come into our place here. And the core result is just to deliver the highest and best quality product or service that's going to help them in the most efficient and effective way. So we have some strategic objectives though to think about in the during unit as well. And so we can try and upsell the client with more quantity or additional products. That's part of our during unit. We can interest them in taking advantage of that online ordering system. If they're a bigger guy that we've been working with, we can say, hey, we got this online ordering. It's going to be easier for you, quicker, and more efficient. We can suggest a complimentary service. So for example, like a realtor that comes in, orders postcards and business cards, you say, hey, we just made this design. Why don't we put that on a for sale sign for you as well? Oh, and by the way, do you need a metal frame for that for sale sign? Because you're going to have a couple new houses on listing this weekend. Why don't we get you the frame too? And then they don't have to go to 6 or 7 different locations to get a sign here, a frame there, a postcard here. And so, because a lot of people do that. They'll come here for one thing, then they'll go to another place where they get something else that we could have just done for them here. So
Because they probably don't even know.
yeah, they don't even know. So it's just, that's all part of the journey. We got to let people know that we can do all that stuff for them. So what we can do together is maybe since the 3 of us are going to be working the front, we can kind of develop some questions that we can always ask that can lead into that kind of opportunity, I think. And then we talked about this before, but we always want to get their contact info, so their phone number, email, name, just so we can put them into our follow-up unit after the during unit's over. We get to the after unit, we're going to have that information always available so we can get them into our cycle and get them retargeted, I guess is the best word for it. So 2 words to think about today when you guys are at the front. How can we surprise and delight the people in the during experience? And even when you get those people today coming to pick up their order, how can we just, give them, uplift them a little bit?
They're coming back for more.
And they're going to come
either she's coming back for more books, or medical, they're coming back for door hang.
And even we could just surprise people, maybe get them approved earlier than expected, or if we get their job done a little bit ahead of time and we have some free time, maybe you could just run it out there and deliver it even though they were expecting to pick it up. Just something easy, not going to be hard on us, but a little extra that you're like, wow, those guys actually did a little bit more than I'm used to. For sure. So anything like that is good. So basically, I think that's the overview of the during unit. So we've got the before unit, we're in the during, and then once we get all these sales that we're working on closed out, we'll talk about the after unit. But we'll just try and surprise and delight as many people as we can so they keep coming back and helping us and helping themselves at the same time, I think. So that was kind of my meeting this morning. And then I know we touched on Friday, and then I was thinking about that this morning because I know we talked about everybody's going to be lazy and not trying too hard today. So it's our chance to get ahead. And then I think I was wrong in saying that we should take it easy on the bag drops today. Why don't we just go full out, and if they're not there, it doesn't matter.
Taylor, can I just tell her this? She wants to know our 2 outstandings.
Yep.
Just give her those.
Okay. So I think ignore what I said about taking the bag not as serious on Fridays because people aren't there. Let's just do it anyways.
For sure.
Because that means that other people are going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So if we just keep doing our thing, even though it's Friday, if it works out, then maybe it'll even be better because the boss is going to be the only one there or something.
Yeah.
Get right at him.
Absolutely.
So let's think about that. And then the last thing, because I know we're all sports guys, this was something I was thinking about too. You guys know I played hockey and I got pretty far into it, but I didn't realize this until it was too late, until I got into business, but it's really super mental as opposed to physical. So I was reading this study that they did on professional athletes, and they said that when you get to the pros, NBA, NFL, all that stuff, they did a study and everybody is within the same level of peak physical condition, knowing where they're supposed to be on the field, knowing the plays, knowing the drills. But the superstars, the guys that are known to be the best, they have that mental edge. It's mental, because everybody else has the same physical abilities, but they have that mental drive, determination, give it a little bit extra, and it's all part of the mental. So they said they determined that it's 80% mental and 20% physical that leads to success in the big leagues. So I think we can even apply that to our business. If everybody else knows how to take an order, they know how to get it through the shop, get it to the client. But if we have this little extra, like we're having these meetings every morning and building ourselves, building our strengths and our skills,
For sure.
I think we're gonna win.
Yeah, we're gonna demolish them.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time. Persistence is always, but definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like if as long as we keep doing these will get better. That'll get better. This will get bigger.
Yep.
You know, it's just a matter of persistence and consistency.
Yep. So that's what I got for you guys today.
Definitely.
So ignore what I said about taking these on the bag drops on Friday and just get it done.
Will do.
Stick to your plan.